All right, is everybody out there in TV land got their ears on? We want to apologize for the slight delay, little technical difficulties here on our end. This is our first time doing a live feed like this. So anyway, I've got the great Hayden Shaw here with us this evening. He's going to help us go through some of these calves that we're going to be offering tonight. This is the first time we're going to be doing this at the Shippy Ranch. We're going to be offering all of our heifers and our bull calves for sale. This is the first time we bucked heifers in probably 15 years. We just felt like the heifers have been dominating the last 2 or 3 years here at the competitions, and so we're going to go ahead and going to buck some and offer them for sale off their first trip. The first thing I want to tell everybody is that all these calves that will be purchased are going to be eligible for a $20,000 added incentive. We're going to hold these incentive fraternities in conjunction with our MBBA events. Our first one will be in May, then June, July, and August will be the 4 events. And then we're going to take the top 5 money earners from the incentive program. We're working on a bunch of pretty neat year-end awards and stuff, and we're going to award those to all the new owners of these calves. I guess I'm going to start out with a few of the sires that most of these calves are out of. Hayden is going to fill you in on some of the pedigrees and what them calves have done.
Yeah, no, the first bull we'll go over is 916 Alakazam. He's a Magic Maker's son. That would be out of a daughter of B1 Mind Freak. Mind Freak is a Shepherd Hills tested son back out of a great producing Mudslinger daughter. And then I had 916 as a calf, and outstanding with the dummy. Probably one of the best calves, if not the best calf in the set that year. Really bucked hard. We bred to him as a 2-year-old, so we did not haul him very much. The yearlings we had out of him were really, really nice. And Alakazam came up here as a 3-year-old when Randy and Robert purchased him from Bob Wisnat and myself, and I believe he won the first Derby of the year.
And then he went on to win a classic event.
Won a classic,
as a 4-year-old.
Yeah, classic event up here as well. He's an NFR PBR Finals caliber bull. Really, really bucks. He's the kind that can go anywhere, and his calves are proven to be just as good as he is, if not better. They're supposed to outproduce themselves, and I really see him being that way.
And I've seen that from the calves that we bucked their first trip. I mean, lots of intensity, lots of kick, snap. Really nice set of calves out of him.
Yeah, yeah.
The second bull, Show Pony, 94G.
Yeah.
Another really good bull. He finished, second as a 3-year-old at the finals, and ended up being our finals champion as a 4-year-old.
As a 4-year-old.
And his pedigree.
Right, yeah, 94G. I had him from the time he was a yearling till he was a 3-year-old. He sired by a full brother to Showtime, and then his dam was a Surefire.
Smooth Move.
No, Surefire.
Yeah, Surefire, Smooth Move.
Surefire over Smooth Move. I've been out of the game here for a little while, so I can't remember all the pedigrees as good as I once did. 94G has every attribute that really comes with the Showtime cattle. He's up the ladder and down the ladder. You'll hear me talk about that a lot. More of the Smooth Move stuff to me is they kind of move forward and they're really athletic, but they're kind of shoot, be more catty. And when I mean up the ladder, down the ladder, Long John's a perfect example of that, which is the rare and the drop, and that's what Showtime and Show Pony both bring to the table.
Yeah. The next bull that we bred with, a lot of these calves, and what I felt off their first trip was probably maybe the cream was the 90X. Who's Who.
Yep, 90X Who's Who. Had him when he was a calf as well, till his 3-year-old year. He was a Royal Real son out of a Buck Autism granddaughter back over 94X Oyster Creek. That bull got crippled as a calf. I didn't haul him as a yearling or 2-year-old, bred to him when he was a 2-year-old. And then when we were rodeoing, he is no doubt an NFR bull his 3-year-old year, so I tried to get him as big as I could. I didn't keep him really light to buck him with a dummy. And when Robert and Randy bought him, he come up here.
He ended up winning an event for us. Was it his 3-year-old year, 4-year-old year?
He's a really nice bull. And all 3 of those bulls right there, NFR, PBR finals, caliber bulls. If they weren't in a breeding pen, there's hands down those bulls are the kind that can go anywhere.
Yep. The next bull that we probably seen the most out of him because we got a set of really nice yearlings out of him is going to be a 78F Cowboy Classic. He was our year-end reserve champion as a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old both. And his calves, his first set of calves are the yearlings we hauled this year. We had really good success with. It was a Pretty Boy Floyd. He was our reserve year-end champion. Only lost the championship by half a point. And we had really good luck with those calves. Wild West shows another one, and then Hanson and several other really nice calves out of that bull.
Yeah, and that's like, to go back to the 98, still in 78F, the Cowboy Classic is a Royal Real Son, back over, tested daughter, over the Dam to Black and Blue, and a whole slew of them. I can't even remember them all. Hostage, Danny Boy, a bunch of good ones. But the one thing is they buck right off the bat. That comes from the Royal Reel and High Tinsel all the way back.
Yeah, all the way back.
You know, they're gonna buck right off the bat, and they'll show a lot faster than some of these other calves will, with more of the wild athletic genetics.
And then probably the last bull that we can talk about is 955, and that's a bull Robert and me purchased here. We've got about 3 calf crops out of this bull, and he was a U28 son out of a Hotel California daughter that was out of the great Page Cow 155-152. And, you know, everybody's pretty high on that cow. She's, you know, the #1 dam in the ABBI registry. So double bred that cow.
Yes.
Top and bottom. Yes. And so I guess...
and I was going to say one more thing before we get to rolling into the calves. You got anything else?
No, I just want to thank everybody for holding with us for that delay we had, and hopefully we can get through these. We're gonna show you all the calves. This is, you know, the first trip. And this is gonna be, you know, a lot of these calves got worked up in the back, got worked up in the alley, in the chute, whatever it may be. Several of them, you know, you can see the potential, and that's what we're selling them on. We're gonna sell you, you know, offer them one time here after their first trip. You're kind of getting to see the you know, bare bones, I guess.
Right. And that's one thing that I want, and you should know it. If you don't know it, here you go. I'm gonna get on my soapbox. What they do the first time, I just want them to try, is what I'm trying to say. I don't care if they try to climb out in the back. I don't care if they try to jump out in the back. I don't care if they try to crawl under everything in the alley. As long as they try, that's all I'm looking for. If something's laid back and easy going, they load in the back, they load down the alley, they load in the chute, and then they don't buck, I'll put a mark against them. But as long as they're trying, I don't care what aspect of the game, from catching them that morning, loading them in the back pens, loading them down the alley into the buck and chute, as long as they show me that they are going to put some effort out, that's all I look for. And everybody think I'm crazy or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But you can't judge everything off of one trip. But people will judge too much off of one trip, and they'll end up selling a bunch. I made a living for a long time by all y'all selling them off one trip. I'll just go ahead and let all y'all know that.
Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and like I said, we're going to offer all these calves off their first trip. You know, if the calves don't get purchased, you know, here shortly, they're going to be available.
Yeah.
And you know, if they come to that first event, you see how good the payout is at that first incentive. Mm-hmm. If we still have some of these calves available, you can purchase them and go ahead and play with them at the next couple of events. And so, yeah, I mean, and the price is going to change as we go. I mean, the more we buck them, you know, as we see them, you know, progress and get better, the prices are going to go up on them calves. If they decline, and you know, then they're going to go down. But you're going to get to see every calf that we bucked first time, except for we had a couple incidents where we had a calf that ended up killing himself, and he was one of the best calves, and we pulled him out. So you're not going to get to see the video on him, but you're going to get to see all the rest of them.
Yeah, Randy went from incidents to killing himself, so I like that. I like that. There we go. It's all out on the table now.
Yep. We're going to start with all the heifers. We're gonna make it easy for you. We're starting. We're going to go in numerical order, and we're going to start with heifer number 3, and this is going to be a 955 heifer, and she's going to be out of the 0 cow, and we'll go ahead and get the videos pulled up here.
Normal speed, then slow motion.
Yep, we're going to do normal speed and slow motion on all these calves. And I'll let you in. There is one heifer that we missed the video on somehow. We'll talk about her. You can take my word for what she did. If you don't like it, wait till we buck her again.
It's raw. You're seeing what happened. This has never really been done before. Just so everybody knows, this is as raw as it gets.
This is a really good looking brindle baldy heifer. She goes back to that good cow Zero. This heifer is Zero was a Creole Cartel daughter out of the good 300 cow that was ruby red out of the Great Fudge Brownie cow, the mother to Big Deal, the world champion. So making this heifer a maternal sister to PBR Finals Bull, Thunder's Cartel, and the Sioux Falls ABBI Classic champion. Also, this is an outstanding heifer that's got a lot of buck and is built right. Even if you never fraternity this heifer, she's going to make a great addition to the cow herd. We got her priced at $4,000. I think that's, if you want to put a great heifer in your program, this is her. I'm going to move on to cow 30. Okay, cow 30 is going to be a 90X daughter. That's that who's who out of the cow 80. Cow 80 is going to be a Cloud King. We've had tremendous luck with the Cloud King stuff. Out of the 20 cow, which is a broke leg daughter. Broke leg went to the PBR World Finals. And the 80 is a sister to a great little bull that we fraternitied the last couple years we called 130 Stormy. This heifer's a stand-up kind of heifer, and she's a bucker. She fell down, but don't take that away from her. This heifer could play in the fraternities, and she has all the right tools to go back into the breeding program. I got her priced at $5,000.
That's a really nice heifer there. That gray heifer is really nice. The brindle baldy before that's both really. Them are both really nice heifers. I like the cream colored heifer more than the baldy, but they both have a ton of potential.
And I liked her a little better too.
Yeah,
about $1,000 more.
Yeah, they if you want to play the game, either one of them can play. And a lot of these calves are a little bit heavy too. You could.
Yeah, these heifers,
this is
been
as raw as can be.
They've all been weaned just about a month. They've been standing on a bale feeder. It's been about 20 degrees up here at night. They're getting fed. They're not in bucking shape.
There's a lot of people in the south that don't understand that 6 inches of snow that come last week too. So
yep. So
they've
we're
been
moving on to number 31. 31. This right here, heifer here. This is a bargain. This heifer got worked up in the back. She's a hot little heifer, but you want to talk about bred up. This is a 90X heifer, and she's out of Bar 51. Bar 51 is a AI product that we got. We AI'd our best cow 51 to Houdini, and this is what her dam is. And this 90X heifer, she's stout made, catty. She fought the chute, she fought the alley, she did everything. She fell down. We're going to throw a bone out there, $2,500. I'll almost guarantee you the next time we buck this heifer, I'll be kicking myself if I sell her. She'll probably be a $5,000 heifer or better.
She reminds me a lot of her daddy. First out on her daddy wasn't much different than this. She's built like him, looks like him. He went out there, turned back, fell down. I think on the second or third trip he crippled himself, and he's been 90 plus up here. And there ain't a lot of difference between her and her sire on day one. So that's just a little bit of history there for you.
Yep. Like I said, we're going to just throw a little bit of a bone there and see. I would say that's maybe one of the buys of the night right there. The next heifer on the program is 32, and that's another 90X Who's Who daughter. Same deal. This heifer here, this heifer jumped the alley 3 times and hit her head across the top rail of the pipe, on the top pipe. She was getting in the air that high. She knocked herself out 3 times before we got her into the chute. Then she fought the chute. She was just plumb wore out.
Yeah, that out there doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. And some people may have a different opinion, but that's my opinion. After she's done all that in the back, still come out here and try to buck, turn back, fall down. That doesn't scare me at all. And that's God's honest truth.
And she's out of a backlash cow on the bottom side to boot. So she's got the page breeding top and bottom. And same deal. I'm going to throw a bone out there, $2,000 on this heifer. And same deal. Probably going to shoot myself in the foot if somebody will buy her and bring her back here and take all my money probably. But she is a good made heifer that'll make a really good cow when she's done too. Mm-hmm. Moving on to number 33. This little heifer, this is the only heifer that's, this is my daughter's heifer, Charlie Bell. We said we were going to offer everything. This heifer is a half interest only heifer, and we've got her priced at $4,000. I think the little heifer's got all the tools. She's another 90X heifer. and she's out of the 93 cow, which is a Cloud King daughter out of the great 133 cow of ours, making her dam a full sister to a bull Major Threat that went to the PBRs for several years. And now the Brazilians have been using him as a practice bull for the last 3 years, and they could still be 90 on him every time in the practice pen, and just has a heart of gold. And this little heifer, I think, will be the same kind of thing. So she's a half interest heifer, 4,000 for half interest in her.
Yeah, another nice calf. I mean, she went a few before she turned back. She still got a lot of potential. There's no flaws in her whatsoever.
Moving on to 34. 34 is going to be a show pony. This is going to be the first show pony heifer we're going to see. This little heifer, back and forth, lots of action. You know, she finds her hole, and she's going to be a nice heifer. She's out of a sister to a PBR finals bull we had called RJ that went back to reindeer dipping. Her dam also goes back to the dam of War Cloud, which was a world champion bucking bull as a fraternity and a derby bull. This heifer is catty, and she just needs a little bit of handling, and I think she's built to be a fraternity type player, I think, and we got her priced at $3,000. She's a really nice heifer.
Yeah, I totally agree with Randy there on that. A little more athletic and catty. She does have the build for it, and another solid calf. I mean, everything so far has been.
Well, like I told the boys
nothing
when
you
we're
can-
bucking these calves, the first trip, it's just to get it out of the way. Because you know that the first trip's usually going to be a lot of, fall down, slip, wreck out kind of deal. That's just the way it is. They're babies. 35 is the next heifer. Another 90X heifer. And these 90X calves, like I said, they got a lot of that, wow to them. They trying hard. They got a lot of intensity. This heifer is out of a daughter, two-time PBR finals Polar Vortex, and then her grand dam is a full sister to our great herd sire, heir to the throne, which was a Cloud King. So this heifer is just loaded with genetics, wants to buck. She fell down, but I'm not going to take anything away from her. But I'm going to throw you a bone just because she went a little ways and she fell down. $2,500. Another really good bargain, I think. Heifer that'll go play the fraternity and be a good cow down the road.
Yeah, no doubt. She tried. Nice heifer. Somebody can go with her and probably play. I know you next year probably breed her. Better chance there. Better percentage. Yeah.
The next heifer is going to be 36. Now this little heifer, she got worked up in the back. She got worked up in the alley. I mean, she was plumb wore out. She wants to buck. Little pretty gray Bramer heifer, falls down. She's going to be out of the U28 Sun 955. Her dam is 726, and 726 is out of the reindeer dipping Sun that we bred with for several years, and then goes back to the good Cloud King bull on the bottom side of the dam. So this heifer's got a lot of good bloodlines behind her. Like I said, got a little worked up in the back and kind of threw herself down and went out there and stuff. I'm going to throw you a really good bone on that heifer, $1,500, and I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, that's about sale barn price on that heifer.
Yeah, I have no problem with her. I like her a lot. I got 3 stars by her on my list just because I think when she, I didn't get to see what happened after she got up, but just she's catty, she's athletic, she's a pretty little heifer. I do really like her.
Well, she's probably one of the prettiest heifers on the place. I mean, when people pull in the driveway, I mean, she's that pretty gray Bramer.
Right.
They like her. So we're going to move on to 37. This is going to be the first B916 calf we're going to see. And this heifer, same deal. This heifer got plumb wore out in the back pins and the chute. But I mean, leaping, jumping, kicking, getting off the ground. This heifer just needs a little time to settle, but she's got the Magic Maker and the Mind Freak on the top side. And then she's out of a daughter of PBR Finals bull, Pearl's Ghost, which is a Pearl Harbor Sun out of Hocus Pocus's dam. And then on the bottom side of her dam is a full sister to the PBR bull that we hauled and won the MBBA year in 2 or 3 times with Salty Dog. So this heifer is just stacked up with genetics. Like I said, wore herself out, but I got her priced, at $3,000, and that's just as a breeding heifer. That ain't none of her bucking potential. That's just an all bloodline there.
Right.
Next heifer is going to be 38. And this is going to be the first Cowboy Classic heifer we're going to see. And this heifer I really like. This is a nice heifer. She's out of the great cow 28. 28 is a secret weapon daughter. And Secret Weapon was a bull that we hauled and had really good luck with. And the 28 cows is also the dam to the PBR Buck and Bull Dixie Explosion. Buck Derek Kababa off at the Global Cup here a few years back. Really nice heifer, lots up and down, lots of buck.
Well, this heifer hasn't bucked Derek Cobal off yet, but she is a pretty nice. She is a pretty
her
nice
brother
heifer.
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad, my
Yes,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, another nice black mott. That's a
Yeah.
that's a catty, athletic, kicking little
Yeah.
thing.
And gonna make a good cow. I got
Very.
her priced at 4,000.
Yeah, she's a very nice heifer. I got her circled on my list as well.
The next heifer is going to be 39, another 90X daughter, and that's going to be this little heifer here might be the best heifer on the set of them 90Xs. She's out of a Cloud King daughter, 629's her dam. Goes back to the old CP10 cow on the bottom side of her dam side. I mean, old school genetics on the bottom side, but all that page breeding on the top, and she's a bucker. She's catty, and she really wants to get up in the air and buck. And I got her priced at 4,000. I think she'll go play at the fraternities.
Yeah, she's pretty good deal there for 4,000. That's a really nice heifer. You can't really ask one to do a whole lot more than that on the first trip, being that green. But
Yeah, I mean,
I think Randy's. I mean, you couldn't buy her for me that cheap if I was still in. I can tell you that much.
I think these calves. I think that we stopped them 4 times. So this
Yeah.
is the 5th time they've been stopped in the buck and shoot. Was that the day we bucked them? So
Yeah.
they're green. We're moving on to 310. This heifer here, she's a little full, but man, this little heifer wants to buck. And I mean, she's got everything you want in it. I mean, she's got that pretty paint color. She's big. She's stout. She's intense, and she turns back. She keeps her feet. Guy gets a little more time on her. I think she definitely could go play, and she's actually a sister to the little bull we hauled this year. We called Short Stack that won some money for us, and then her dam also produced another bull for us, S010 OC Lunch Line that we won a little money with at the fraternity. So her mama's got a track record of producing some money winners, and I think this heifer's right there along with her. We got her priced at 5,000.
Yep.
311 is going to be the next heifer. This is going to be a B916 daughter out of the 11 cow. 11 cow is another one of them Pearl Ghost daughters that goes back to Hocus Pocus's dam and Crossfire Hurricane and all that. And then she's also Cloud King on the bottom side of that, and 007. So this heifer is just stacked with genetics. Fancy heifer, catty. She just needs to settle a little bit is all I think, Hayden.
Yeah, I mean, when you breed her sire, I mean, that's what you expect to get. When you breed their granddad, that's what you expect to get. I mean, it may take 8-10 trips for these things to put it together with what they are on the sire side. That's just kind of the cards you're dealt whenever you play the game with Magic Maker and all those bulls and their pedigree. That's kind of the MO there.
And this heifer I got priced at 3,000. I might be a little light on her, but I like I said, I want to see some people get involved in the game, and back to that needing bucked and handled. If you ain't got a place to keep these cattle, if you end up buying them, you can leave them here. We can handle them and feed them, take care of them for you too.
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
There we go.
We're moving on to bar 313. This heifer fought the shoot. I mean, bad. She's way too heavy. This heifer may not be a fraternity calf. She's just a big body type of heifer, but this heifer is bred to the hilt. She's out of one of our best cows. She's actually out of the dam to our herd sire, heir to the throne, and she's another one of them 90Xs. I'm selling her more on her maternal breeding, for being a cow to put into somebody's breeding program. $3,000, and I think, like I said, I wouldn't have sold her mother for less than 15,000. So
she's way deeper girth. She's way wider through the shoulder. She has a lot more hams on her. She's thicker all the way through. Total different animal than everything we've watched, and that's the first heifer that I haven't really liked out of everything we've bucked.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm selling her more as a breeder,
different
than
type
as a
animal.
fraternity
One
calf.
to produce a
To
big
produce a
stout
bucker.
bucking bull.
Yep.
Not a 400-pound fraternity calf.
No. We're going to move on to 314. 314's another show pony daughter. And this is out of a 014. 014's another one of them polar vortex daughters. And this heifer here, I messed her up. I didn't get the dummy tied on her. If this dummy wouldn't have slipped up on this heifer's neck, I think we would have seen a really good trip out of her. I mean, she really bucked. You know, that dummy got slid up that first. I mean, she really blew out there and kicked hard, and that dummy slid up on her shoulders and kind of got her wadded up a little bit there when she turned back. But this heifer here, she's all there. That's a nice heifer. I think I'll be able to go play with 3,500. I think that's a really good deal on that heifer.
I do agree. The heifer tries to buck, and there ain't nothing wrong with her. She's in the top of what we've already went through.
315 is going to be the next heifer. This is going to be another one of them 955 daughters. 955 is a U28 son out of Hotel, California. She's going to be out of SPM 75. SPM 75 is an own daughter of the Ruby Red Bull, and then out of a 315 cow, which goes back to Little Yellow Jacket, Fudge Brownie, Chaos of Ronnie Roach's. So I mean, tons of genetics. This heifer's big, stout, kicks hard. She's kind of got all the tools and bred really good. I mean, this heifer, you know, you can see she bucks a little bit in the chute there. She, you know, a lot of these calves, you know, fought the chute pretty good. It took us all day to buck this set of calves. I mean, we started in the morning, we didn't get done till dark.
Right.
And but this heifer's a nice heifer, and I think I got her priced right, $2,500. And I mean, you know, a couple more trips, and that heifer might be, you know, she might be winning you that money back the first event.
Yeah, her offspring will. The way she really extended and kicked. She tried to rear out of there. Doesn't know where her feet are. It's a really, really nice heifer. I mark all these calves 1 to 5. It's just kind of what I've always done. I got her marked at a 3+, and 3+ means I think they can be 88 to 90.
Okay.
Just that type.
Yep. We're gonna move on to 316. Be the next heifer. She's another 90X Who's Who daughter. And this is a pretty. I mean, this is one of the prettiest little red spotted heifers you'll lay eyes on. And I mean, she wants to buck. Got a lot of try. She kind of misses her feet there when she turns back. Her mother is 016, which is out of one of the little shyster clones, and then out of a Cloud King daughter. So this little heifer's got some unique bloodlines, and definitely, you know, good to handle. This heifer, you know, I think a guy could be able to go play the futurities with her, and I got her priced at $2,500.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's another heifer that I got circled on my list. Another really nice heifer.
317 is going to be the next heifer. This is a 94G. Now this heifer here, you know, she just is, you know, lost. She doesn't know what she's doing. She knows where the outgate's at. You know, we ran them through, and she knows where that outgate's at. She's wanting to buck. She's trying hard. She's out of 217, which is a Cloud King daughter, and the dam to our good bull Salty Dog. You know, this heifer here, you know, she's a half interest heifer. I know her trip doesn't show it, but she's a half interest heifer for $3,000.
She's gonna buck. They've been ran through the arena every time. She knows where the outgate is. She did her job. I don't run mine through. Everybody else does, but she did what she was taught to do. When she realized she couldn't leave, she started bucking. She's gonna buck. There's no doubt in my mind at all whatsoever. That heifer's gonna buck.
Yep. And if you watch her carry herself out in the pen, I mean, she is light-footed, and I mean, she's a catty little thing.
Yeah. No, she's gonna buck.
Move on to 318. 318 is another B916 heifer, and this little heifer really wants to buck. She's out of Bar 18. Bar 18 is a Polar Vortex daughter, out of the 18 cow, making her a half sister to PBR Buck and Bull Power Stroke that Julio Marino hauled. This heifer, I mean, kicks over her head, gets in the air. She just loses her feet, but this heifer here, I think she'll play all day long.
She's. I mean,
3,500. I mean, I think, you know,
3,500. Y'all ought to be texting Randy right now for that one if you want to play. That's the best heifer. That's the best heifer we've bucked. That's been bucked on this set, hands down.
All right. Then
Let alone what they're going to produce.
we're on 319. 319 is going to be another one of those 955 that U28 son. And then out of 719, and 719 is a Backlash granddaughter. This heifer wants to buck. I mean, she's going fast.
Mm-hmm.
She's Ricky Bobby. You know, she's going fast, and she's got the kick. Watch her blow up, kick over her head. she just misses her feet, but gets right back up and goes right back to it, blows up and kicks again here at the end. And I mean, little heifer wants to buck, and you know, I think she's another one, big, stout. Even if you don't play the fraternity deal with her, she's going to be a producer.
Yeah,
And,
there's
$3,000 is what we got on her.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that one.
Moving on to let's see, for 320. 320 is the next heifer. This is a 90X heifer, and this is out of 920. And 920 is a full sister to the Stormy Bull that we won some money with at the fraternities the last couple of years. This is a good made little heifer, and I mean, she wants to buck. She just don't know which way to go. I mean, she's wired for 220, but she just can't figure out if she wants to go left, right, backwards, forward. She just wants to do something.
She could potentially be the best one. That one has the potential. Shows me that she could be at the top of the whole set of heifers. Very, very. I mean, she's giving you all she's got. She just don't know. She just don't know what to do yet. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and I think 4,000 is, you know, like I said, that's what we got her priced at. 321. This might be the best heifer in the whole shooting match. She is a B916, and she's out of a first calf heifer, number one. Number one is a sister to Creole Cartel. Went to the PBR finals, and this heifer does buck. I mean, this is a good little heifer, and she's going to be a half interest heifer. I mean, if you want to buy half, you can, or you can double down and buy her all. But I got her priced $5,000 for half. I mean, I just like this heifer a bunch, and I'm pretty proud of her.
Yeah, she can play. She's no doubt the right kind.
Well, improving genetics. I mean, she's just loaded.
I don't give a crap how she's bred. She bucks her butt off. I don't care. I don't care what she's out of. It does make it better, but she's
just icing
the real
on top
deal.
of the cake.
She's the real deal. There's quite a few of these real deals in here. The more we get into this.
All right, now this next heifer, this is a heifer that we somehow the video didn't record when we hit record. This next heifer, we're just going to talk about her. This is 323. And she's another one of them B916. She's a half sister to that last heifer. She bucked a lot like her, but she's black. She's a solid black heifer, and her dam is 123. 123 is the Pearl's Ghost daughter, going back to Hocus Pocus, and then she's out of 433, and 433 is goes back to that great 133 cow of ours that was a dam to PBR bull major threat. This heifer's fancy. I mean, she's a big, good-looking black heifer, athletic, catty little thing. I got her priced at $5,000. Don't have a video, but I can tell you right now, she bucks. She gets in the air, kicks hard, and she's a nice one. So, no video there, but we'll move on to 324, and same deal. Another one of them B916 heifers, and this heifer here, I think, is almost a spitting image of the one that we didn't get the video of. Except for she's got a mop face. The other heifer is solid black. And this heifer's a bucker. Same story on her. She's going to be a good one, and I think she'll play the fraternity game. And she's out of a sister to the PBR Finals Bull, RJ. And we got her priced at $5,000.
I'm going to say she bucks about 5 times harder than RJ did on the first trip, or not. Be honest here.
RJ was a good bull, but she does buck harder.
I'm just saying she probably bucks way harder than he. She's just that kind. That's a rank heifer. That's what I'm trying to say.
She's catty. She's all
she's a bad cat too.
Yeah.
And if you're a good bull man, you can make her a better cat.
Yeah. We're moving on to 325. 325 is another 955, the U28 son, and this is a kind of a unique little bred heifer. She goes back to she's out of the 225 cow. 225 is the last Thunder Down Under daughter we have on the ranch. Thunder Down Under was a stud that we hauled for years to the CBRs, and
What's the number?
325. And this heifer, the 325 heifer, her dam has produced a little bull we called Buckskin Johnny. That was a good little bull. We thought high enough of. We bred some heifers to him. Had good luck with his calf, Bad Blood, who was out of him. Won a little money with him. So this is kind of a little different bloodline than all the rest of the heifers, but she's she's a nice little heifer.
I guess I missed the video or didn't load it.
Don't have a video of that one?
I didn't load it.
Okay, well,
I can look for it.
We might can come back
we
to
might
that
be
at
able
the
to
end.
see if we can find a video on her. I think if I remember correctly, my notes say she kicked really hard, but no turn back, and I threw her out there at $2,000. So I guess if you're interested in a bargain, that's a bucker, I guess give me a shout. We'll go to 328, and we got a video of 328.
Yep.
Okay, 328's another one of them 90X Who's Who daughters, and this one's out of 028. 028's going to be a 515 daughter. 515 was a Houdini son that we bred with, and out of the 28 cow, which is a Mother Dixie Explosion. This little gray baldy really wants to buck. I mean, this is a nice heifer that I think has a lot of the tools that a guy's looking for to play the fraternity deal, and I got her priced at $3,500.
Yeah, she has what it takes to play, no doubt. And
Well,
I
I mean-
can't say enough about the set as a whole on their first outs. It's a really, really nice set of calves.
Yeah, she just gets wadded up. Like I said, she fought the chute. She gets wadded up, gets a bad start. I mean, if she gets out of there clean, she's kicking and breaking over once she gets away from that chute, and then blows up, kicks overheads, comes around to the right. Maybe switch her over to the right hand delivery. This heifer comes back, wins one incentive event. She pays for herself. And that, not counting all the other events you can enter at.
Yes.
Going to 330. 330 is going to be another show pony daughter. And 330 is out of 930. 930 is out of the two-time PBR Finals bull, Polar Vortex, and out of 530. 530 is a big, good-looking Cloud King daughter. It's got a lot of heat. And this heifer here, she tries crawling out of the chute. We bucked her out of that back chute because she wasn't fighting too bad, but then she got to fighting, and we didn't get the dummy hung tight enough. And
Randy dropped the dummy down on that left side so she would go right.
Yeah.
For all y'all bull gurus out there, that's how you
Yep.
get them to switch it up.
And I mean, this little heifer, she's gonna play, I think. And we got her priced at $2,500.
She's another nice heifer. There's nothing wrong with her as well.
If a guy's looking to get a set of cows put together, I mean, there's some good ones in here. 333. This is another one of them heifers I'm pretty high on. I got a lot of hopes for this heifer. She's a 90X daughter, and them 90X have tons of intensity and buck and whip and spin. I mean, she comes around. She's a good looking catty heifer, and she's got the good bloodline on the bottom side. She goes back to the double up. Her dam's a double up daughter out of that good 133 cow we talk about all the time. And she's leggy, stand up kind of heifer, and she bucks. And I got her priced at $3,500 for half interest.
Yeah, she's another nice heifer on there. I don't quite like her as much as I do some of them others, but she's still they all got a bunch of potential. You really can't break any of them down and hold anything against them.
And
Pretty dang nice set of calves so far.
334. Now this little heifer, she is catty, and I mean she is wild and woofy, good looking little black baldy heifer. She just needs to settle down just a little bit. I mean, you'll see her come out here. She's another one of them U28 granddaughters out of that 955, back and forth, just trying to find a hole. But she's wanting to do something. She just don't know what she wants to do yet. And she's out of a cow 034, which is a full sister to Caught Talkin', who was our MBBA finals champion before he broke his leg, and I ended up breeding with him last year. Caught Lookin', who was our MBBA year-end champion, and Caught in the Act, who was our year-end MBBA champion. So every one of her brothers was a champion fraternity calf for us. So this heifer should do the deal, and I got her priced at only $1,500.
Caught slipping.
Yeah, caught slipping. There
Yep.
you go. All right. This next heifer, 340. This is a cute little spotted red and white spotted heifer, and she's out of that B916, the Magic Maker, and then out of the cow number 10, which is U28 and Polar. So kind of a bred up little heifer here that really wants to buck. She's trying all kinds of stuff. She doesn't know, like I said, she don't know left, right, up, down, in between. She's just wanting to do something. And we got her priced at $2,000.
Yeah, this heifer is, like Randy said, she's trying to do a little bit of all of it. She just doesn't know what it is. But quit is something that she did not do. She just doesn't have it all put together at all. But she stutter steps there and back up. That doesn't bother me. Falling down don't bother me. I mean, she never gave it up. She always kept forward motion going, and that's something that I look for, is just something just giving me effort.
And she gave effort.
And she gave it. She gave the effort.
343 is going to be the next heifer on the list. This is another one of the 955 heifers. Goes back to U28. And then on the bottom side, she's a RJ 523, which is a Getus daughter, an own daughter of the Getus, out of a full sister to War Cloud. So you got the Up and Smoke and Pit Boss and all that stuff on the bottom side there.
Missed this video too.
343.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got them.
Yeah,
We got them. We'll just have to come back to them.
we may have to come back and or if you're interested in this heifer, I got down. She's fancy and catty, and I got her priced at $3,000. If you're interested in her, I'm pretty sure. I know we have a video of her because I remember watching it. But that's a nice heifer. We'll see if we can find it and maybe bring it up at the end of the program here. We're gonna move on to 344. 344 is another 955 daughter, and this heifer here, she just got plumb hot. I mean, she got plumb hot, and just this heifer, even out in the back pen, she'll run you over. She's just kind of stupid. Just to
You
put
can
it that
tell
way.
by looking at her with all the manure and water and feces and everything on her that she had a rough day.
Yeah, and she is. She's just wild, and that's all I can say about her. Her dam is a full sister to RJ, who went to the PBR finals. We've had good luck with that line, and
RJ bucked harder than her the first time.
oh yeah, and I'm gonna say take a gamble on her, $1,000.
She didn't quit. That's one thing about
Yeah.
her. She's gassed. You can tell by
Yeah.
looking at her hair coat how rough of a day
Yeah.
she had coming into this deal.
She just needs somebody that's gonna take a little time and play with her.
We're talking first trip. These are summer calves too. These ain't none of them October through January Texas, Oklahoma calves.
No, these calves are all gonna be mostly May calves.
Right. These are
April,
baby
May.
babies.
Yeah. So they're under right around 6 months. All right, the next calf's going to be 350. This is another one of them show ponies, and this is out of Cal 50, who is a sister to the PBR Finals Buck and Bull birthday cake that Sam Mitchell hauled, and then Chad Berger got. This heifer is hot, wild, fought the chute, falls down. She's another one, just needs handled, But if you watch her, she throws herself around in the chute, comes out all over, wild, falls down. She's trying. She just same deal. Just needs to be taken home and hand feed her a little bit, run her through the chutes a little bit, spend some time, and bring her back and win some money at the incentive deal. $1,800.
I like her a lot. I mean, she's a 21 and a half in the buck and shoot. If the gate's out of her way, I mean, just starting right off the bat, in my opinion, I mean, she bucked pretty hard in the buck and shoot before she ever even got out, so that doesn't bother me at all. If I'm bargain shopping, I'm going around, I put her on my list, no doubt.
We're kind of winding down here on the heifers. Got just a few left here on the heifers, and then we'll move on to the bulls. The next heifer is going to be 353. 353 is another one of them 90X Who's Who. This is a big, deep-bodied heifer, kind of like that white heifer we seen earlier. Mm-hmm. Not as athletic, but dang sure, this heifer got a little hot and wound up, but she wants to buck. She just don't know what she's wanting to do exactly. But she turns back here kind of a little bit there at the end. But like I said, full, got a hay belly on her.
Well, and that's one thing, Randy nailed it. She's the only other one in here that's been built like the white heifer. Her and the white heifer have
And they're both 90Xs.
They have a different look to both of them, just kind of the whole way through with the weight. And that's like high tensils. I don't know how much y'all know about high tensile, but they're all built like a potbelly stove. So you do kind of got to cater to. You got to draw them up and cater to them a little bit.
Yep, and I got her priced at $1,500.
Yep.
The next heifer is going to be, let's see, 360. 360. This is B916 Magic Maker son. This is gonna be a daughter of him, and out of a really nice first calf heifer, 120. 120 is a sister to Gray Goose and Black Bart. We fraternityed both them bulls. Had really good luck with both them bulls at the fraternities, and goes back to Houdini on the bottom side. I mean, this heifer's got lots of athletic ability. Once she finds her spot, she should be the real deal. 3,500.
She's a bucker, guys. That one there is about as real deal as. There's some that buck harder, and there's some that are going to have better days, but
This heifer bucks.
there ain't no doubt about it.
I had
bucks.
3,500 wrote down beside her, and after I watched the video back, this is only the second time I watched the video back. I'm kind of thinking maybe I underpriced her, but
Take them home, feed them, take care of them, come back in the spring and buck them. And if you're me, I really don't care if you ever buck the heifers again or not. You just breed to them, you come back in 3 years, and then do it all over again with their bull calves.
all right. And now this next heifer, I mean, has intensity. This is 363. This is another one of them 90X heifers, and I mean, she gets after it. She fights a shoot, gets a bad start, but when she finds her hole, she is getting it on. And she's out of cow 63, which is a 007 daughter, out of the good 203 cow, which is a ruby red daughter. And that makes her a 3/4 sister to the PBR Bucking Bull of the Year, Bad Mammer Jammer. And like I said, that heifer there, she's just a gassy spinner, gets it on, and you know, guy gets a good clean out on her and gets her to leave the chute the right direction. Like I said, she come out backwards, hips herself.
One of the only heifers we've seen out of the right-hand delivery today.
Yeah.
And she went opposite way, went to
and
the
she
left.
went to the left.
There we
So
go.
I mean, I think, like I said, I think you get her clean out. She gets a little bit closer. She'll play the fraternity game for sure. I got her priced at 3,500.
That's another really nice heifer. She doesn't quite have the up and down or kick that some of these other calves have, but she's going to gin it up in the door.
Oh yeah, she's got the speed and the intensity. Kind of reminds me of a little heifer that Colt Moyer hauled this last. You know, he had a couple little heifers that won a lot of money this last year. Reminds me a lot of them little heifers that Colton was hauling.
She's a gas hog.
Yep. I think we got one more heifer. Is that right, Robert? 373.
Right.
And that's another 90X daughter. We had a lot of heifers out of 90X. He was a heifer grower. And this is out of cow 023. 023 is going to be a sister to Abracadabra, which is a bull we bred to our heifers this summer. And then Extra Special, which is another bull we won money with at the fraternities. And Way Too Ranchy, which is another bull that won the year ends with and stuff. So she's got 3 brothers, all money winners, and on the bottom side there, this heifer wants to buck. She is, you know, up and down, hitting all over the place. You know, she's just wild. You know, and once she settles down, she's gonna be really good. And I want to watch this back in slow mo a little bit here and kind of break it down. But I mean, she blows out of there, hits, kind of stutter steps, backs, blows herself back. Lands on her belly, gets up. I mean, she never quits trying. She goes clear over on her back. I mean, that heifer, like you said, she's trying.
You let the wrong guy get a hold of her, and they're going to take a lot of people's money next year.
Yep. That heifer there, I got
She's
her
a
priced.
bucker.
I got her priced at 4,000.
Yeah, she's a bucker. Is that it on the heifers,
Yep.
gentlemen?
I think that's the last of the heifers. We're just going to take a quick second here, just to kind of recap a little bit. So if there's people that are just joining that weren't at the beginning, all these calves are going to be eligible for our Shippy Ranch incentive program. What that's going to be, it's going to be a $20,000 added incentive. We're going to host 4 events along with our MBBA events, May, June, July, and August. And then there'll be $5,000 added at each one of those events. And those incentive calves will only be competing against the rest of these incentive calves that came from our ranch program. And you will be able to double enter them in the MBBA if you want, and you know, get you 2 for the price of 1 on entering them here. And like I said, if there's any calves, you know, if there's guys that don't have the facilities, don't have a place to keep them, want to leave them here, we'd be more than happy to keep them and feed them and handle them for you.
325.
We found we're going to go back because we did find the video for 325 heifer, and we're going to pull that up here quick for you. This is going to be the heifer out of 955 and out of the 225 cow, which is the Thunder Down Under. Yeah, that's a nice heifer right there. And I don't know what I was thinking when I already told you guys 2,000 on her. I guess I wasn't.
You got to feed them babies.
Yep, that right there. If I was to don't give me too long to think about it. Her price is going to go up shortly. So these prices are good for the next few days, and then once we buck these and handle these calves a little more, prices will change. So
That's another really nice heifer. Once we get them all going through, I've been taking notes here on everything, kind of from stuff we've had before, but I want to add some stuff to what Randy said once we're done with this. But that is another bucking heifer there, guys. Then we're looking for the other video. The other calf we missed is going to be. I don't know if we got.
Did you find the other heifer, Robert?
343.
Yep, that's another one we're missing on here.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna try to pull up 343's video for y'all. So, and I know this heifer. This is a really pretty little kind of light colored red heifer, almost a buff color.
Well, I hope you know her. You own her.
Yeah, but I mean, she's fancy.
Okay,
She's a stand-up, leggy heifer, and I mean, this heifer wants to buck. This is a good little heifer she's trying her little butt off, and I mean, that heifer right there could go win about anywhere. I think once she gets dialed in, and we got her priced at 5,000.
Yeah, she's that heifer's super nice. She's all there. What was her pedigree?
She goes back to the Geetus on the bottom side, and a full sister to War Cloud,
and sired by the 955.
Yeah, and sired by the U28.
That's a really catty, athletic.
I mean, watch her front feet. She's crisscrossing, hitting all different directions. Like I said, she's firing on all 8 cylinders. She just doesn't know which gear to get in.
Right, and we're talking day one, everybody. This is day one. This is your first T-ball practice.
I mean, look at the extension and the kick there.
And we know none of y'all play MLB ball.
Yeah. All right.
What others did I miss?
I think that's the only 2, because the
I
other one.
missed 333 on my sheet. I didn't know if she ended up anywhere or not, but that might have been my error from earlier.
No, we bucked 333.
We did buck 333.
Yep. That was this pretty spotted heifer that you said that I liked her a lot, and you said you liked her a lot, but not as much as a couple of the others.
I know exactly which one she was.
All right, so we're going to move on to the bull calves. I'll get to my sheet here.
Well, and that's one thing I want to go over just from some notes here that I took if we got a second. How many heifers did we buck?
I believe they were right at around 38.
So there's
like
38 heifers. I got 18 of them on here I consider buckers. And that's what I was going to say about the list and how I mark everything, just my system that I use. This is the first trip. 18 to 34 that I would consider buckers, hands down, no doubt. I think people are not confident enough in their cattle. And I don't know why people why do you do it if you're not going to be confident in them? If I buck that set of calves, 18 to 34, I say they're going to be buckers and they're going to work. 14 of them, I marked over a 3+. And if I mark something over a 3+, that's 1 to 5. They really, really buck. Like, I think they can be 88 to 90 bottom end, most likely 90+, and be able to go play. And I've done this for literally 20 years, marked them cattle this way. And I believe that out of that set, that there was 14 of them that wouldn't leave my house if I was trying to compete. And if they were going to leave the house, it'd cost a lot of money. So I think there's 14 of them off of one out that can go and play. Some of them may fall off, some of them may get better, but 18 to 34 on day one's pretty dang good.
And they're green and they're not in bucking shape.
Right, and that's my opinion, and I'm retired, so I can say what I want to.
Are we ready with the bull videos? All right, we're going to start out, same deal. We're going to go in numerical order, so you guys, you're going to get them straight down the line. We're going to start with S3. That's our first calf. This is a B916 out of 03, which is a Cloud King daughter. This calf is probably one of the best looking calves on the place, but just wild. Just needs to settle. I mean, he's all over the place, but he's a big, good looking stout calf. Just needs a little time. And
Yeah.
I got him at 3,500.
Yeah, he's kind of a heavy-footed, thicker bone-looking thing to me, just from
His mom
seeing
was a
him
big old
on
cow.
video.
Yeah.
I would not think that he was out of the 916 bull at all by the way he's put together and just the way he looks.
Yeah.
But the way he acts and his athletic ability and gas, yeah, that's the kind.
And I am going to make a little announcement. All the sires, I know the dams are correct because I tag all of them. The sires, that's as best as my knowledge. I run one bull per pasture, but a bull could slip through the fence and get in. When we get all these calves will be DNA'd and registered. We're going to pull blood tomorrow, and so these calves will be all registered. But I'm 99% sure on every single one of these calves.
And it's going to be one of the five. It's going to
be one of
the
these
five,
bulls.
one of
yeah.
the 5 sires.
Yep, for sure. All right. Moving on to S30. And this is another one of the 955 sons, that U28 Hotel California. And he's out of the good Cow 20. Cow 20 is out of PBR Finals Bull, Roper's Broke Leg. He was a big stout bull. This calf's kind of the same way as his grandpa. Big, stout, leggy bull, up and down. He's also, that Cow 20's produced the Stormy bull that we talked about earlier that we fraternity'd. And then she had a really good bull, 02, that was a buck and sucker that ended up snapping his leg. And then she also was a mother to a bull we called Midnight Sun that we won some money with. So this cow's got a proven track record. His dam. This calf's a bucker. He may not win at the fraternities, but if you're looking for a bucking bull, he's gonna be a bucking bull.
Yeah, and he's a little bit lost there too, going through it.
I got him priced at 3,000. That moves us to S31, 90X, son, who's who. This is going to be a half-interest calf. He's out of Cal 71. 71 goes back to Backlash and Cloud King. This 71 cow, her bull calf S21 Wild West show, was a good little fraternity calf that we fraternity'd this last year as a yearling, and we're going to continue to fraternity this year as a 2-year-old. This is another little calf that I think is going to, just be solid. He found it. He's got a brain to him. He thinks a little bit. He's not completely ignorant, and he's finding his hole right away. And I got him priced at 3,000 for half interest.
From what Randy said about this calf, this is probably one you can take and compete with early.
Yeah.
Just from watching the video, he goes out there, finds a spot, starts turning back. He just looks like he's going to figure it out real quick and be something you can use.
And he gets up off the ground in that
probably
front end.
not. Yeah. I mean, he's a nice calf. Doesn't have some of the stuff them heifers have, but he's a very nice calf.
And we know them heifers mature quicker than them bulls. I mean, it's just like these, teenage boys versus teenage girls. The girls are going to mature quicker than the boys, and that's what I think we're seeing with these calves too.
Tell them about your softball team.
I don't have a softball team.
Randy plays co-ed softball.
Moving on to S32, and this is the only heir to the throne calf we have. This is
one of 6. They're going to be sired by one of 6 bulls.
Well, no, this was a cleanup bull, and this calf was born late. This is a late calf. He was born in June, and this is the only heir to the throne calf we got, but he's a little bucker.
He is a little bucker.
And turns back right there. He's out of the 242 cow, which is a dam to spit out the bone that Cord McCoy hauled, the dam to Burnt Peanut, the dam to Deadwood, a bull that we bucked in fraternity that was really good. Sold to Edward and Tino Martinez. This calf, he bucks. He's up and down, and he's a good calf. And I want to watch the video here again of him, but I think he's a calf that'll go play. We've had tremendous luck with the heir to the throne calves. I mean, they've done really well at the fraternities for us, and we've won quite a bit with him. He goes to the right, maybe switch him over to the right side, and have you a winner, 3,500.
Yeah, I think it's really fair price for that calf on his first out.
All right. Now this next calf, did you load the video on the 33 calf?
Yeah.
Okay. This next calf, S33, He's a 78F calf. This is the prettiest bull calf on the place. Big, pretty gray Bramer, brindle. When he fell down right there, we think he might have pulled a little bit of a stifle in his back leg. He come up a little lame after this trip. So I'm showing you the video of him right there when he come down. We think he might have pulled that stifle. I don't feel like I can sell the calf, you know, as being 100% sound. If you're interested in him, take a gamble on him, give me a call. But I don't, you know, want to misrepresent the calf. S34. This is a 90X Who's Who son out of the 24 cow. 24 cow is the dam to PBR Finals Bull RJ. She's a double up out of our great cow 104 Sugar Baby. This is a half interest calf, and he's big, he's stout, and he bucks. If we get a video of him, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't see those videos.
Oh, never mind. This is a calf that is no longer with us.
R.I.P.
Yeah. This calf was injured in the process of his bucking. So, anyway, he's no longer with us. So we'll move on to S35.
He'll be served for New Year's as brisket tacos.
Hayden's cooking. He's on the chill out there right now.
There we go.
935 or S35 is out of 90X. Who's Who, and out of a little Raptor 7 bred cow, 415. She's a double up out of a Chaos daughter that goes back to Roach's 45 cow, which was a spook over the 22 All-Star cow. This little
The
calf,
damn straight jacket.
Yep, this little calf wants to buck. I mean, he just misses his feet. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, you know, the extension that calf has after he gets up, you know, he kicked clean over his head when he fell down, and then he loses it, you know, loses his feet, and he just needs a little time, just a little bit of time. That calf I got at 3,500.
Yeah, he's got a shot to be. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Nothing you can dock him on.
Yep. S36. This is going to be the first show pony bull calf we're going to see tonight. Cool little brindle calf. I mean, turns back right there. Got the up and down kick. Falls down, but man, that little calf, you know, he knew what he was doing. And he's out of a cow 86. 86 is a backlash granddaughter, and this is a cool little brindle calf. He's going to be a half interest calf, 3,500 for half interest.
Yeah, he's a nice bull. Figured out his spot. I think he kind of fell there for when the dummy come off, but he was almost trying to extend and really come through and kick, and he just.
Well, he
didn't
reminds me
work
a
out
lot
for
of
him.
his daddy. Got a lot of the same attributes as his sire.
Yep.
We're going to move on to S37. This is another one of them good 90X calves. I'm pretty, you know, Hayden, when we bought the bulls, he told me 90X was going to be the one to breed to, and I think he was right. This calf, I mean, back and forth, up and down, getting in the air, kicking. He's a bucker. I mean, that's all you can say is just he's a bucker, and he is a good-looking little dude. And he's out of a 007 daughter. 527 is his dam, and he's a half interest calf. 3,500 for half, and I think that's
That one's as good as he's in there with the top 5 heifers and kind of up towards the top of them. That's a really, really nice calf. How much for half interest?
3,500.
Very, very above and beyond fair price for the potential that calf, what that calf has to be.
The next bull is going to be S38. That's going to be a show pony out of the 018, and this calf wants to buck. I mean, he gets around there, falls down, gets up, kicks over his head, and blows and kicks. And I mean, he's a bucker. You know, he's got a lot of that Showtime kind of stuff to him. You know, getting up off the ground, kicking hard. This calf just needs to slow down just a little bit. If he slows down, gets his feet, this calf here, I think, will play and have that show that them judges are looking for. You know, that getting up off the ground, kicking over his head. This is another really nice calf. He's out of 018, and she's a sister to PBR Buck and Bull Power Stroke Julio Marino hauled, and that's another half interest calf for 3,500. Next calf S39, S39. That's going to be a 955. This calf, I'm going to tell you the story on him. This calf literally was probably fought the alleyway for 5 minutes, probably in the buck and shoot for 15 minutes. We had to tie him in. He flipped over 3 times, even when he was tied in. He was just plumb wore out. I mean, that's all I can say about it. And his full brother was a little bull we hauled. We called Little Red, out of the 90.
What'd you call him that day?
I had a few choice words for him, but yeah, we weren't very. He was actually one of my picks out on the cow, just the way the calf moves and gets around. But he kind of let me down that day with his manners.
Well,
and so
he fought a good fight for a long time though. That's something everybody's got to remember.
And I'm gonna say his video does not do him any justice, but I'm gonna say $1,500, and you might have the best calf if you take him home and handle him.
Yeah.
I mean,
You couldn't buy him from me if I was still in it for that price on that day, just because what happened in the back. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I priced him after I was mad.
There you go.
So.
Exactly.
The next calf is S310. This is going to be another one of those 955 calves, and his dam is 610, which is a Houdini daughter. It goes back to our good Centennial cow. This calf here, wild, scatters out there, blowing, kicking. He's bucking. I mean, that calf's bucking and kicking, slips, falls down, but he don't quit trying once he hits the ground. He's getting up and he'll kick over his head again here when he comes around. By that out gate, he's going to crack it one more time here, I think, when the dummy comes. And yeah.
He was fixing to go right and really buck. That calf, and that's just part of running him through. That calf's looking for the out gate. That's all he done. He was looking for the out gate, and once he broke loose and brought it, he was really good going right there. Really nice.
And the same deal, I was kind of, I'm not very pleased with his first out, so I'm going to throw him out there at $1,500. And like I said, I'm trying to move some calves. I want to get them out there into people's hands, and I want people to participate in these incentives. And I think that calf
that's a really good one to take a chance on.
Might be a diamond in the rough. Next one's going to be S311. This is going to be a show pony calf. This calf bucks. This is out of my son Riley. This is his calf. You can see him videotaping as he's pulling the gate. This little calf blows up, turns back right there, and I mean, he knows what he's doing. And that's a nice calf. His dam is 41. She's a Cloud King daughter out of our great 51 cow, which was a dam to Billy Buffalo and Guyana Buffalo bulls that won our year ends and were really good bulls for us. And the 41 cow is also the dam to Who's Cloudy, who was a little bull that we sold to Jason Stirk that they're hauling to the pro shows right now. And so this is a half interest calf, $5,000 for half interest.
Yeah, he's a really nice calf. That calf really tries to buck.
S312 is going to be the next calf on the video here. This is another 90X Who's Who, and this is out of the cow 542. 542 is the dam to Pretty Boy Floyd, and this calf, he falls down, but he's trying. This calf here, I'm not disappointed in anything he did, and he's a half interest calf. I know the video doesn't show probably the value that I got on him, but I mean, you watch him kick out of there, the first jump, that's all I need to see. And he falls down, but he gets right back up, turns back. He just needs to learn to keep his feet and get everything dialed in. His brother won a check at every event we took him to last year. Never finished below the top 5 all year, and won money everywhere he went. And this calf we got half interest, $5,000.
Yeah, I think he can dang sure be better than his brother.
And he's actually a
Pretty
3/4.
handily.
He's a 3/4 brother because his brother was out of a Royal Real Son, and this calf's out of a Royal Real Son. So he's actually a 3/4 brother to Pretty Boy Floyd. Next calf is S313. He's a 90X calf. Now this calf here, he plumb wore himself out. This calf fought to shoot bad. Little bitty bull, was trying to turn around all the time, just fought to shoot horrible. He's a brother. If anybody knows our breeding program, his dam is the dam to Mesquite. And Mesquite was probably the most solid, consistent fraternity calf I've ever had. in the gate to the right every single time we bucked him. Won money every time we bucked him. And this is a half brother to Mesquite, and I'm gonna sell half interest in him for $2,500. That trip don't show 2,500, but if he has a trip I think he's gonna have, it'd be 5,000.
Yeah, no, he's got plenty of time. He's 6 months old. He's got about a good 8.5 years left in his career. If you count amateur rodeos.
We're gonna go to S314. S314. This is one of them Magic Maker grandsons, and I mean a little bucking dude. I mean, kick over his head. This might be the rankest calf we bucked as far as get up in the air, kick over his head. This calf finds his hole. He's a 23-point calf. I mean, that's a bucker. He's blowing, he's kicking, he does a double kick there. I mean, most calves would have fallen on their head, and he keeps his feet. That's a good calf. We're going to sell half interest in him for 5,000, and he just needs to settle. And his dam is one of them Polar Vortex daughters too, so he's got the goods top and bottom.
Yeah, he's what you expect to get when you breed to those type bulls right there. He probably him and the gray and white paint S37 by hands down trump everything else in these calves so far. They set themselves apart.
And right, we're moving to S316. S316. This is gonna be a show pony calf. Out of bar 6. Bar 6 is a daughter. This is the only daughter we have of RJ, the bull that we went to the PBR finals with. This little bull, I mean, kicks, cracks, just wild, sporadic, but I mean, built to be a fraternity calf. I mean, he is wiry and he is catty, and he just needs time. I think a little bit of time, a little maturing mentally, and this calf's gonna play. And I got him priced at $3,500. Probably should be a half interest calf, but I'm going to offer all of him and
kind of the same deal there. I mean, these calves are fresh. He went to the outgate. You know,
oh, yeah.
He's bucking. He's trying to go home. That's another nice calf though. He did try to buck. Once he gets settled in and realizes he can't run out of there, he'll hook up and do it. But he has plenty good stuff to offer.
Yeah. S317, going to be another show pony calf. This one's going to be out of 017, and 017 is a sister to Salty Dog. This little calf wants to buck, just, doesn't find his hold, the first trip, but I mean, he's back and forth. I mean, like you said, going over to that outgate. Once he figures out that, hey, I just need to stay right here close, that calf, he's going to be a nice little calf. He just needs a little time and a little bit of handling, and because he's a catty little bugger. I mean, out in the pen, that calf's light-footed and gets around. I mean, he's all there and got a little heat to him. That calf will be a nice calf, and I got him priced at $2,000 all, and I think that's a bargain. The next calf, S318. This is a good time rodeo-looking bucking son of a gun. This is a calf out of 955. And he's out of our good 18 cow, the Dam to Power Stroke of Julio Marino's. And this calf does buck. I mean, he is a big, good-looking brindle baldy. And, I mean, blow out of there, come around to the right, maybe switch him to the right-hand delivery. He blow out of there and come right there like that. He's going to win a lot of money.
Yes, he is a very nice calf.
Half interest, $5,000 on that calf. S320. This is another one of them 955s, and he's out of our cow 420, and 420 is a dam to Gray Goose. Gray Goose was a great fraternity little bull that we played with, and then we actually bred with him last year as a cleanup bull. And this little calf, same deal. Just he wants to do something so bad, he just can't get his feet. He doesn't know left, right, but he's bucking, he's kicking, he's all over. But he's a half interest calf, and I got him priced right at $2,500 for half. That calf there just needs time, little bit of
It
maturing.
reminds me a lot of the heifer that looks just like him. He bucked a while ago. That's kind of the same way. They both try and do everything they can and not going very far at all.
Yeah, he just needs. He gets his wires all connected on. Gets firing on the right cylinders. That calf's going to be the real deal, I think. And he, like I said, and he's built to play the game. He's a little finer made, a little better calf. He'll go on as a 2-year-old and play too. S322. This is going to be a Cowboy Classic son, and he's out of 82, which is a Raven's Mistake daughter. And this calf here, I think I just didn't get enough flank in him. He was kind of fighting the shoot, and I didn't get my flank tied off on him right. I think he just needs a little more flank in him, and I think this calf here will be a pretty nice little calf. His dam's the mother to a bull we fraternity last year and won some money with, and the year before is a yearling we called Snowbird. And this calf's good looking brindle, and I got him priced to sell 2,000.
And that's one thing about the 78Fs; they do spin right off the bat, and that's something that you can come up with the Royal Reel deal or the high tensile deal. They'll pretty much start from day one. It's not hard to get them to start from day one.
Yep, and like I said, he might be a diamond in the rough, and it might have been my mistake for not getting enough flank in him, but 2,000 is what's going to take him home. Next calf is S323. This is going to be a B916 Magic Maker son calf here, and his dam is RJ923 War Cloud's dam. This is a maternal brother to the two-time world champion War Cloud, and out of a Magic Maker son, and this is a bucking little turkey, and we're going to offer half interest in him for 5,000.
He reminds me a lot of War Cloud.
Got that blaze face, just
Kinda.
a little darker.
Yeah, it kind of has the same attributes.
Leap and kick, and he misses his feet there, but I mean this calf gets right back up and goes right back to leaping and kicking and bucking and trying. I mean he's getting up off the ground, and he's going to have the tools to go on, I think, once he finds his hole. S324. This is going to be a Who's Who 90X son out of Cal 44. Cal 44 is a Cloud King daughter out of the good 104 sugar baby cow. And this little calf, he's big, he's stout, he's loaded with proven genetics, and I mean, he's back and forth, kicking, bucking, he's wanting to do something so bad, he just don't know what he wants to do yet. I probably should be keeping him as a half interest calf, but I'm going to offer full interest in him, 3,500.
Yeah, that calf really wants to buck. He just got to get it all figured out. That's it's one of the better calves we've seen in my book. If I'm sitting here shopping, he's one I'd be going after.
S327. This is going to be a show pony son. Tall, leggy, good looking calf. Paint, wants to buck. He's out of 737, and she's a W4 daughter, which is a backlash. And then out of a full sister to the PBR bucking bull that Chad Berger had called Sniper. And this little bull, he wants to buck. He just doesn't know, which way he wants to go. And he's a bucker. I got him priced at 30 or at 3,000. 3,000 is what he's priced at.
Him and the last bull remind me a lot of each other. I might like the brown bull a little bit more than him personally, just off the video, but they both have a lot of the same stuff going on.
This calf keeps his feet a little bit, maybe more than the brown calf, but yeah, and they're, this calf's a show, this calf's a show pony. Like I said, he blows out there. Looks like he's going to come back to the right, and then blows back to the left. Like I said, he just doesn't know for sure where he wants to be, but he's still bucking. Even when he's leaving, he's bucking.
Yes, both of those calves, they have there's a lot left on the table.
Yeah, first trip, that calf, look at the blow and the extension there when he gets to that out gate, And, I probably maybe camped out on him a little too hard, knowing that I only had a little bit of time to get him ready to put this first trip on him. I ran them through, dry run them as a whole group out into that arena several times, so they knew where that hole was. And it may have cost me. I think that's probably why the one calf got killed, because he ended up running. He didn't hurt himself bucking. He ran into the outgate and broke his neck.
Yeah.
So, we're probably not going to run them through for a while. We're going to just give them a little time to be calves and grow up a little bit. That calf there is a nice calf. Next calf's going to be S328. This is another one of them 78F calves, and you'll see right here. This calf's automatic. Pretty white brindle, turns back right there. He knows what he wants to do.
Literally right there.
Yeah.
To the right.
To the right.
There we go.
Yeah.
You called it.
And he's going to be out of another one of them W4s, out of a cow that was a Houdini. So he's backlash Houdini on the bottom side, and then out of the Cowboy Classic on the top side. Big stout calf,
Really pretty bull.
Yep, pretty bull, and I think he's just going to be solid jam up. I mean, look at how much that calf gets up off the ground, and he's heavy. That calf's not, he's got a belly on him, and he's getting off the ground. So guy gets a draw up on him and gets a little more maturity. That calf's going to be the real deal. Half interest, 3,500.
Yeah.
S330, another show pony calf, and this is out of the 530 cow that we talked about earlier. She's a full sister to a bull that we took to the ABBI World Finals, finished in the top 15 or so out there, and he was a reserve year-end champion behind the world champion Tango, what we call Pow Pow. So that's what his dam is.
One thing I want to point out here on this video, this calf saw Robert there video, and he's trying to buck. He's gathering himself.
Oh,
he's moving across here.
He's bucking.
And then he picks Robert out right here, watch him. He pretty much makes eye contact with whoever's videoing here. So that calf is still bucking with his head up when he's watching somebody else.
And I mean,
that
getting
calf's
the air.
trying to buck, yes.
I mean, that calf's getting up off the ground, bucking hard, and that's a good calf. I got him priced at $3,000, and that's full interest in that calf. S332, this is going to be another one of them 955 calves. This calf is out of 832, the last live bred ruby red daughter we have on the place, and she is the dam to PBR Finals Bull Red Rocket, dam to PBR Bull Spending Money, dam to our MBBA champion, reserve year-end champion Painted Rocket. She hits them out every time she produces, and this calf is going to be the same deal. I think he's going to be solid. Big stout calf. I want to watch the slow mo here quick and break it down a little bit for us. But this cow, she's proven herself as a producer, and I think this calf's another one that's going to do the deal. Blows out of there. Looks like he wants to come right there to the left. Going to go back to the right. Dummy slips just a little bit, but he comes around. Kind of got it underneath himself just a little bit there. That dummy kind of got slid up on his neck there, and I think that kind of fouled him up a little bit, got him moving away from it. But I'm gonna throw him out there at 2,500, and I think that's a good buy for that calf. Next calf is S333. This is a 90X son out of 313. And 313 is a Cloud King daughter, probably one of our better producing Cloud King daughters. She's the mother to Abracadabra, which is a bull that we bred with this year on our heifers. She's also the damned extra special and way too ranchy, both fraternity winners. And it was all my fault on this calf. I mean, I
do agree.
I didn't get the dummy pulled into him. He was fighting the chute pretty bad, and that dummy got slid way up on his neck right off the bat. If that dummy hadn't slipped up on his neck, that calf was fixing to be really good, I think. And
he's not a cull by any means. He had a bad shot from the get-go.
And because of the bad trip, because of my fault, I'm gonna put him down there at a reasonable price that I think for full interest. I should sell him for half interest for this, but I'm gonna sell full interest for 3,500. And if there's any of these calves that we price them at full interest, and you don't want full interest in them, you want to go partners on them, call me and we'll negotiate a half interest price and we'll keep them for you.
Yep.
S334, this is going to be another 78F son, and this is out of out of a cow 734, and this is going to be a sister to the Caught in the Act, Caught Talking, Caught Looking, all them bulls that we won the year ends with and stuff. Yeah, this calf is probably the biggest, stoutest made calf we got. I mean, he's built like a brick. He just got wound up and hot back there in the chutes and alley, but he was actually one of my picks until we bucked him. I mean, I had high hopes for this calf just off of his pedigree and the way he was built. Like I said, he just kind of played himself out back there in the back in the alley and stuff. But nice calf, and I'm gonna throw him out there at $3,000. And like I said, probably the next trip he's gonna be worth way more than that. But
if you can't raise a Brindle Baldy, you can buy one right here. and you can tell that calf is.
Yeah,
kind of
mean,
all giving all he had to give, but he's still
yeah,
and he's still
like I
trying
said,
to buck.
he
He didn't lope across the pen. He
No.
didn't stop. He still tried to buck a little bit.
he was wore out. You can see how dirty he was in his face and stuff. I mean, if he would have been white, he'd been a lot dirtier than that. But you couldn't see how dirty he was in that brindle. But anyway, S337. This is gonna be a show pony calf. This is a big leggy calf, big spotted up calf, if I remember correctly. And this calf, he's out of cow 437. And cow 437 is a full sister to that sniper bull of Chad Berger's. This calf wants to buck. You know, he's just kind of back and forth. Just needs some time, a little bit of handle and a little time and maturity. And I think this calf will play to $2,500. And I think that's a good price on that calf. Lots of kick when he left out of there. Kind of slips and slides a little bit, but he's kicking, he's bucking, getting up in the front end. You know, getting up off the ground. That's a good calf. Kind of winding down here. Got another page of calves left here. S338. This is going to be another one of them 955 calves. Goes back to U28, and then his dam is 78, Ruby Red Daughter. This calf here is hot. He is hot. He is wild. He fought the shoot terrible. He just plumb wore himself out. That calf there, yeah, he was wore out, but he's still trying to buck. I mean, he ain't just loping like you said. I mean, he's still trying to buck, but he needs a lot of handle. $1,500.
He's got a lot left to give.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I'm throwing some out there to at a what I say sale barn price to try to get people involved in the incentive and hopefully, you know, you take the calf home, spend a little time with him, and hopefully he'll win you all your money back and more first day.
Yep.
Move on to S340. This is going to be another one of them 78Fs. Now this calf, probably the cutest little brindle you ever laid eyes on, and he just plumb got petered out. I mean, that's all there is to it. He got too close. You know, he blew out, come back into the chutes. You know, he was, you know, he wants to buck. I'm disappointed in that out because them 78F calves usually are pretty automatic. This calf's out of a Raven's Mistake Daughter, and them calves all winded up too. I mean, this calf, I think he would have been right here. I think he tried to, slipped, got back into that chute, and then just kind of...
Once he's wanting to go right. He's on his right lead. He goes back to the right. And when he gets parallel on the fence to the right, he can't spin to the right.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. You probably buck that calf next time, be a couple jumps, turn back to the right.
Yeah, and you know, I'm going to throw him out there at $2,500. You know, I think the next trip out of him, you're probably going to be looking at a $3,500 or more.
That bull's going to spin to the right about one or two jumps this next time around. He just got parallel on that gate when it was open all the way down the fence. When he wants to go right and he's up against panels on his right side, there ain't nothing he can do about it.
This next little calf is Charlie Bell's calf, her first little bull calf. She's raised out of this 13 heifer of hers. And this little bull's out of the Magic Maker son. He wants to buck. I think he's the real deal. He's going to be a half interest calf, $4,000 for half interest in him. And you know, he's a neat little bull, and he's got a lot of personality to him. He's actually kind of pretty level-headed, but got a little bit of gas to him. He's kind of a neat little bull.
That could very potentially be the perfect combo, being out of the 916 bull, if he's got some sense, because they are wild and hot out of line.
You know, that's where that's coming, is that Cloud King on the bottom side.
Yeah, he's a really nice little calf. I actually got to see a video of this calf a couple days ago and really liked him. He's got a lot of potential there. You can't let that one slip by. You gotta keep him on your radar.
S344. This is going to be another one of them B916 calves, and this is out of a heifer 134, and she was a Houdini granddaughter, and went back to the dam to RJ and went back to the dam with War Cloud on the bottom side. I mean, this little calf wants to buck, kind of fell down there and just having a hard time, but another calf that actually he's pretty easy to handle and got a little bit of a brain, and I think once he just, you know, the calf was just a little bit, he got a little sick on us when we weaned him, and I think he just hasn't come back from the, you know, he lost a little bit of weight. I think once a guy gets him back into shape, I think he'll be good. I think he was just a little weak. I think
He looks a little bit weak. He looks
Yeah.
like he just ain't got
Yeah.
quite got enough to keep his legs
Yeah.
and everything up under himself.
And like I said, I think he got a little touch of pneumonia there when we weaned him here about a month ago, and it just took a little bit of that bloom off of him. And I'm gonna throw him out there, at, 2,500, and I think that might be a sleeper right there. The next calf, S347. This is a 78F calf. Pretty little brindle calf out of cow 28 or 27, which is a double up daughter. This calf he just go fast. He's hot. He's wild. He goes that out gate, cracks his head into it. I mean, he's gassed. He needs some time, and $1,000.
That's below sale barn price
I
from what
know.
you said a while ago.
I know.
Oh, man.
I'm just, like I said, I'm throwing him out there, and somebody take a gamble on him. I don't mind throwing him out there, and because off that trip, that's what he is.
Correct.
I'm not
I
gonna
agree.
try. I'm not gonna try to sell him for more, because that's not what he is off that trip. All right.
That is the first legitimate, sure enough, dud
Yeah.
that I have seen
Yeah.
in this set.
S353, and that should tell you right now, we didn't hold nothing back.
Nothing's
you're,
held
you're,
back.
You're seeing every single calf we bucked.
Right.
So
And he may be a 22
this
pointer next
this
time.
is a bucker right here. This is the one I've been waiting for. This is S353. He's a 90X calf. Like I said, them 90Xs kind of shine through, and he's out of a full sistered heir to the throne. And so this calf here, if he don't do the deal, I'll eat my hat. This is he should be the one, and I got him half interest, 4,000.
Yeah, really nice calf. Probably the third best bull on the set, in my opinion. He is dang sure a nice calf. Really wants to buck. Bred, and he's bred good. Those 90Xs will work, and they'll
This next
They'll
calf,
buck all the way through.
this next calf's right alongside of that other brindle. This calf's he's a 955. This calf is out of a full sister to the Death Spiral bull that we won the year end with and stuff. But this calf is hot, and he fell down.
yes.
And he fell
You
down.
can buck him, you can fight him, you can
Yeah.
sell the show with him,
Yeah,
boys.
he fell down out there because he wore himself out. Riley went out there to hot shot him. He got up and chased him around the pen. He is, he just, and I'm gonna same deal, $1,000. Take him home, get a little handle on him. You're not gonna get hurt on him.
No, you probably end up being a bucker. He had enough gas to still fight. They used to tell me that's where some heart come from. I don't know.
Yep. All right, S363. This is the only Gray Goose son we had.
One of 7 bulls.
Hey, Gray Goose was a cleanup bull on my heifers only.
Okay.
And this is the only one I got.
And he's
out
a little
there,
bucker.
And he is a little bucker, and I am tickled to death with this little calf. He's out of one of them Pearl's Ghost daughters. That's out of a daughter of the Geetus. So this calf's got some unique bloodlines. He's light-footed. He's catty. This calf wasn't born until the 1st of July. He shouldn't have really been weaned yet, but he was the only late calf we had, so we kept him and went ahead and weaned him. He's a half interest calf, 3,500. Because when that calf slows down and gets it, he's going to be a
When he
fertility.
turns 5 months old, he'll
Yeah.
be ready to go.
Yeah, he just needs a little more time.
He is a little bucker, though. He's a very
Yeah.
nice calf.
Yeah. The next one's going to be S364. This is going to be another one of them B916 calves, the Magic Maker, and then he's out of cow 14. Cow 14's out of the U28 bull. This calf fell down, fought the chute. He just played himself out. But when he gets up, he kicks over his head and finishes it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, $1,800. I think that's a fair price. He's a black ball. You knock them little nubs off him and probably get $1,800 for him at the sale barn, really. So, you ain't gonna get hurt on this calf. And
He's
he's
gonna
gonna be
give
good.
you a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Than what he did today.
Yeah,
What he did on that video.
just about out. But he's got page top and bottom, and if you're looking for good bloodlines, that calf he's got all the bloodlines you want. And like I said, he gets up, cracks over his head there after he fell down. So 1800. S373. This is another one of them 90X calves. And he's out of 733. 733 is out of the old 770 double shot, that white sports coat son. This little calf wants to buck. And he kind of stutter steps out there, doesn't know which way he's going, but when he figures it out, he's going to be all there. Fakes to the left, comes back to the right. Guy switches him maybe over the right-hand side. That little calf's going to buck. His brother's a bucker. We won money with his brother. We call him Two Socks. And we just put a rider on his brother here the other day, and he was outstanding. So that's a half interest calf for 3,000 for half interest.
And that calf was really, really heavy there too. Everybody to be that fast and athletic.
Yeah, 3,000 for half interest in him. And we've got another calf. It's going to be a half interest calf. This is S383. This is another 90X calf. And this calf is out of 013. 013 is a sister to Heir to the Throne. This is a cool little calf. I think he's going to be really good. He just needs to, settle down just a little bit. The dummy was maybe a little bit loose on him too. They were fighting the shoot. We were getting down towards the end, and he was, he's a bucker. I watched this slow-mo back here and break it down just a little bit, but he's going to really, really blow out of there. Swaps ends right there, swaps ends again, kicks hard, this dummy's starting to slip up on his neck a little bit, comes around there to the left, but another trip or two in that calf, and I think he's gonna come and play the game.
I think so as well.
I got half interest on him for 3,000 also. And then we're gonna go on to we've got a couple calves that are out of they don't have S's on them because they're out of partner cows, but they're here at the ranch. They're out of these same bulls and cows that go back to our bloodlines and stuff. The first one's going to be 373.
377?
Or 377, yes, sorry. 377. 377. I mean, this is a good-looking, pretty paint Bramer. I mean, he's about as pretty as you can get one.
I loaded 397 twice, so I'll have to go.
Okay, all right, we're going to move on to 397. This is going to be a show pony out of 97. And 97, she was out of Painted Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a Houdini granddaughter. This calf wants to buck. I mean, he's back and forth, kicking, bucking. That's a nice calf. I mean,
That's the third best calf of the day in my book.
I think that calf is that's a half interest calf. I think for 3,000. I think that's a really nice calf. Do we have the video of the 377?
Y'all have to just talk for a
Okay.
moment. But
All
I
right.
can get it.
We're gonna try to find the video of the last bull calf. He's gonna and you're gonna want to see this last bull calf. This calf literally flipped out in the buck and shoot, fought the shoot for probably 5 minutes. Right when we were getting ready to pull the gate on him, he flipped over, landed on his back, and was laying in the chute upside down. We had to get him up. He still come out and still bucked. And I mean, this little bull really wants to buck, the little paint bull. And he's going to be out of the 955 bull. And he's out of a really neat little cow. She's a hoop and holler daughter. So, and goes back to Playboy Skull on the bottom side of that. So, I mean, kind of some of that old school, neat bloodline. And you'll see it when he comes. I mean, kind of a super cool looking bull, that paint. But
Super cool stuff you wouldn't understand.
yeah. But, as a whole, the calves are pretty athletic. Like I said, I'll go over a little bit more about the incentive for people that maybe didn't get on right away. You'll be able to go back and watch the entire video. Once we shut her down, you'll be able to start from the beginning if there's anything that you missed. Like I said before, all these calves are going to be ABBI registered, EID tagged on the bulls. The heifers, we'll get them all bangs vaccinated and worked here this next month here. So everything should be ready to go. If there's anything that you want to leave here, you can leave them. If you want to partner on anything, let us know on anything on that. We're going to kind of do a first come, first served basis. I've already been getting some texts on some of these calves. As we sell them, we're gonna post that them calves are no longer available. The first person that sends me a PayPal payment is gonna own them. So we've already, like I said, I've got some people. As soon as I get done with the video here, we're gonna try to find that last bull calf for you all to look at, and then we'll go ahead and open it up for people to start deciding if there's ones they want to buy. Like I said, all these calves are going to be eligible for the 20,000 added incentive, and we're going to have 4 events. They're going to be May, June, July, and August. The entry fees for them incentive classes are going to be the same as the MBBA entry fee, so it's $350 to enter the MBBA yearlings. It's going to be $350 to enter the incentive, so you'll be able to double down. You're going to have 5,000 added to each one of the incentive classes. And then at the end of the year, we're going to go ahead and keep track of the money won on these incentive calves, and the top 5 money winners. We're going to get some pretty neat awards, some buckles, maybe some guns, different things we're going to give out. And so that's something that we're looking forward to doing with all the new partners and all the new people that are purchasing cattle from us. Then the other thing that we're going to do is any events that are not like if any of these calves qualify for the MBBA finals, you can go ahead. We're going to have an incentive side pot, which will be 100% payback. Any calves that came from us, you can pay a $200 side pot, and you're only going to be competing against the 15 or 20 calves that come out of this sale. So. And that'll be 100% payback. And we're going to go ahead and move that all into the future too on these calves. So if next year is 2-year-olds, if there's 10 or 15 of these calves that are showing up next year as 2-year-olds, they can pay that $200 100% payback side pot, and we'll pay out that throughout their 2-year-old season also.
Right.
And if this deal goes well, hopefully we'll be doing this every year and trying to keep people involved. We'll see if we got the video of that last calf, Robert?
Yeah, I just gotta load it.
Okay, we're going to be loading that video, that last calf. Like I said, the last calf is going to be 377. He's going to be sired by 955, which is a U28 out of the Hotel California cow. And then his dam is 77, and she is a direct daughter of Hoop and Holler. There's not a lot of that Hoop and Holler stuff out there. And then on the bottom side of her dam is a Playboy Skull. So kind of a neat little bred bull here, and an old school rodeo paint Bramer. I mean, he is pretty as can be. He's going to be a half interest for $3,000, and he's like I said, he fought the shoot and still got up and bucked. So we'll see if we can find that video. Is there anything you'd like to add, Hayden, while we're waiting for this last video?
I'm just going over kind of as a whole here what I think was stuff that was just pretty doggone special. On the bulls here, I mean, I got 16 of them that I think would work, no doubt. The heifers, I had down 18 of them I think would work, no doubt.
And we got about this exact same number. We were about 50-50 on the bulls and
there's
heifers.
There's 4 bulls in there that are absolutely all there. The one
The
gray,
Magic Maker.
the gray and white. There's a gray and white paint.
Yep, that's going to be the 90X.
The
calf.
90X.
Yep.
Then the red Magic Maker, the white and brindle spot. That ended up going right, 353. And then I really liked the last gray Brammer. We watched the Roberts. Them were kind of my top 3 out of the set. But those calves are as real deal as they come. Randy has them priced very reasonable for the potential that they have.
Well, and the thing people don't realize is, I mean, this incentive, we get 40 head of calves to enter the incentive with 5,000 added.
Yep.
You're literally going to pay for these calves the first time they win a check at the incentive. And they don't have to beat Joe Blow's 96 pointer that he's hauling in here,
And let alone, I mean, you think about the breed potential and what you can get from them, and then you think way on down the road to...
Well, the heifers especially, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
The cows will produce for the next 15, 16 years easy.
Right, no, yeah. And then, I mean, NFR, PBR finals, anywhere you want to go, I mean, all those calves have potential to go all the way. Just looking at them from day one, they really, really do. If they're in the right hands, if they're in the right hands, they can go play anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about on down the road. So we'll watch.
Well, it
this
looks like
last
we got
video.
we got the last bull calf here. We're gonna load the video and watch him again. And like I said, this calf is gonna be the 377, and this is a cool little bull. You see him, you know, he fell down, come out backwards, but I mean leap and kick and buck and turn back. I mean this calf, he's there. He's cool.
There's another one. There's another
Yeah.
one to put on that list. Something that's up there.
Yeah, and like I said, he's got a lot of that old school kind of bloodlines with the hoop and holler and all that. You know, he's a neat little bull. I really like him, and like I said, you can't paint one any prettier than him, and got that Bramer look to him too. So that's the last calf we're gonna have on the deal. I really appreciate you being here, Hayden, and helping us go through them and talk about them. And if there's anybody that has any questions, like I said, I already got several messages here on calves, so I'm gonna say that there's gonna be quite a few of them that are gonna have sold next to their name here shortly. So if there's anything that caught your eye that you have questions on, you know, get a hold of us right away, and we'll try to help you out there. And like I said, if you want to get something bought and you need to get them moved down the road, we can get in touch with some guys to maybe get them hauled south or whatever direction we need to go with them that way. And if we need to leave them here, we can work you that direction too. So just feel free to call. Sorry for the delay getting started. Appreciate you sticking with us. Hopefully, you know, we can continue to do this in the future. So you all have a good evening and God bless.
And that's the show.